Tonight, the city of Palm Desert is looking at closing a portion of El Paseo to traffic to expand outdoor dining. Meanwhile, the search is on for a new city manager to replace Lori Alian, who will be retiring in November. I spoke today with Mayor Gina Nestandi. Mayor Nestandi, it's great to see you again. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you, Peter, for having me on today. Happy to be here.
First off, how are things right now with the pandemic in Palm Desert?
Well, actually, we have learned to deal with it and come out stronger, I hope. We created a campaign called Unite Palm Desert. Have you heard of it, Peter? The Unite Palm Desert campaign?
Tell us about it.
Well, the main focus was and is to help our small business owners and the workers. We took about $2 million out of our economic reserve fund that we have and gave out forgivable loans to our local businesses. And we're also putting $1 million into a hospitality program where if you stay for 2 nights, you get the 3rd night free. So we want visitors to stay and to stay longer and shop on El Paseo and eat all over our wonderful desert from north to south and frequent our businesses. And we're also donating money to the food banks.
Fantastic. And I know that other Valley cities are looking ways to expand outdoor dining. Is Palm Desert doing the same?
Absolutely. We already have been talking with our restaurant owners, and all of them that have the ability to have an outdoor patio right now that has shade, they are doing the outdoor dining. We've streamlined that process, but many of our restaurant owners aren't equipped with the summer heat to start the outdoor dining, but we are there for them when they're ready to start when the weather starts cooling off. And then also, we've been talking with staff about perhaps closing down part of the street along El Paseo and to have outdoor dining on the street of El Paseo. So we're going to be discussing that at our next city council meeting.
Oh, okay. And if that goes through, when do you expect that could possibly happen?
As soon as our restaurant owners would be ready to go.
I'm curious, Mayor Nestandi, you've always been a very ardent supporter when it comes to reopening, and you have obviously been pushing for this early on. Has your stance changed at all?
No, it has not. I think the evidence is clear that the lockdown did not work. And if we recall back in March when the shelter-in-place orders were mandated, we were told it would be for a few weeks so we would not overwhelm the hospital systems with hospital beds, ICU beds, ventilators. And it was not to stop us from getting sick. That's almost impossible to stop the spread of a virus or a flu or anything like that. And so the goalpost continually gets moved by our governor. As late as last Friday, he's moved the goalpost again. And it's just unfortunate.
Your city manager recently announced that she'll be retiring soon. So what is the process on her replacement?
Well, we've already had a closed session meeting a couple of days ago, full council, and we've come up with a plan that we want to hire an interim city manager as soon as possible, and then hire a consultant to do a nationwide search to help us find the best city manager possible for our wonderful city of Palm Desert. And we believe we will have a lot of people vying for that position because living and working in Palm Desert is one of the best places you can live, in my humble opinion.
A lot of people agree with you.
And I'm on and I and Councilmember Jonathan are on a ad hoc committee, and we are going to be interviewing somebody later today. I really can't mention who it is, but we do have an interview today.
We call that a tease in our business, Mayor
Okay.
Nestandi.
Okay.
You're keeping us interested.
Yes.
All right. Well, it's always a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much for joining us.
All right. Thank you for having me.